Yes, good afternoon to all of you. I'm audible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, in last practical, we have conducted the three-phase off control converter fed DC shunt motor. Means we are going to control the speed of the DC shunt motor by using three-phase off control converter. In previous experiment, we have conducted that one. So today also same way. So we are going to control the speed of the DC shunt motor using three-phase fully controlled converter. Three-phase fully controlled converter. Clear? So for conducting this experiment, which equipments we are required? Okay, we require three-phase converter kit. Okay, and we require three-phase AC supply. Is it right? And we require the one DC shunt motor. Okay, so the rated value of the DC motor is 1 HP, 220 volts. Okay, 3.5 amperes armature current and 1500 RPM rated speed. And also for checking the output voltage waveform, we need one DSO. Okay, for checking the output voltage waveform, we need one DSO. So at the same time, for measuring the speed, we need one tachometer. Okay, for measuring the speed, we need one tachometer. Is it clear? So just wait. Just wait 1 minute. Is it okay? So these are the components we require for performing the speed control of DC shunt motor using three-phase fully controlled converter. So what is the procedure? So this is the circuit diagram. Okay, this is the circuit diagram. Okay, three-phase. So this is a shunt motor. This shunt motor is the armature terminal of this DC motor is connected to the output of the three-phase fully controlled converter. Output of the three-phase fully controlled converter. So here we are giving the three-phase AC supply to the three-phase fully controlled converter kit. Okay, and we are getting the output DC. We are getting the output DC, and this DC is given to the armature terminal of the DC motor. Then this DC is given to the armature terminal of the DC motor. Is it right? So here, whenever this voltage is vary, okay, whenever this voltage is vary, so the speed of this DC motor is also vary. The speed of this DC motor is also vary. So how we can vary this output voltage? By changing the firing angle. By changing the firing angle, by increasing the firing angle or by decreasing the firing angle, the output voltage will be vary. Okay, maybe increase or decrease, that is depends upon the firing angle. So whenever this voltage is increased, okay, the speed is also increased. If the voltage is decreased, the speed is also decreased. Okay, this we are going to observe in this experiment. So already we have discussed how we are getting the output waveforms in theoretical lectures. Clear? In theoretical lectures, we have discussed the how we are getting the output voltage waveform of three-phase half controlled, three-phase fully controlled, three-phase half wave, and so on, etc. Clear? But in the case of it is operating the two quadrants, okay, first and fourth, because three-phase fully controlled converter is always operating two quadrants, first and fourth, because if firing angle less than the 90 degrees, it will operate as a converter. If the firing angle greater than the 90 degrees, we are getting the reverse output voltage. Okay, we are getting the reverse output voltage, means negative output voltage. So whenever the output voltage we got negative, so it will act as a inverter. It will operate as a inverter, means it will convert from DC to AC. So like the same way, whenever output voltage we are getting negative, so it will operate in the fourth quadrant. It will operate it in the fourth quadrant. Clear? So this is the theory of the three-phase fully controlled converter. Okay, it is having two groups, upper group and lower group, or positive group or lower group. So already we have discussed. Okay, upper group is having the T1, T3, T5. and the lower group is having the T4, T6, T2. Okay, so okay, it is having 6 thyristors like this: T1, T3, T5, T4, T6, T2. So also we can write T11, 13, 15, 14, 16, 12. So for so if you are getting the confusion, you can write simply T1, T3, T5, T4, T6, T2. Clear? Okay, this is the upper group and this is the lower group. Or also we can say this is the positive group and this is the negative group thyristors. Clear? So these are the positive group thyristor and negative group thyristors conducting sequence. T1, T3, T5, T1, T3, T5, like this, T4, T6, T2, T4, T6, T2. So like this way we are getting the output voltage waveform. Clear? So what is the procedure? So here up to alpha is equal to 60 degrees. So up to alpha is equal to 90 degrees, it will act as a rectifier. If more than the 90 degrees, it will act as an inverter. Means the output voltage waveform we are getting negative. The output voltage waveform we are getting negative. Is it clear? Okay. So what is the procedure? What is the procedure? First of all, put the supplies in off position. That is the first point. Put the supply is in off position. Clear? Next, and give the connections as per the circuit diagram. Here we are having the kit here, so no need to give any connections, device to device and so on, etc. So here having the we have to give the connections as per the circuit diagram. Okay, next, connect the armature terminals to the kit. Okay, at A comma AA and F field winding also we have to connect. Okay, so give the three-phase supply to the three-phase converter kit. Connect the motor terminal to the three-phase converter kit. Armature terminals A1, A2 or AA, and field terminals F, FF or F1, F2. And connect the DSO across the load terminals. Okay, connect the DSO across the load terminals. So switch on the main supply. Switch on the main supply. Okay, and check the switch on the firing angle and vary the firing angle and note down the output voltage and output current as well as speed of the motor. So just to change the firing angle, note down the output voltage and output current as well as speed of the motor. Okay, also check the output voltage waveform on DSO. So also check the output voltage waveform on the DSO. So repeat this procedure for 3 to 4 times and note down the readings. Okay, so finally what we can give the conclusion. So observe the speed variation by varying the firing angle. So we have to observe the speed variation by varying the firing angle. Means if the firing angle is decreased, the speed will be increased. Okay, the firing angle is decreased, the output voltage of the three-phase converter kit is increased. If this output voltage is increased, the speed is also increased. This is which we are going to observe in this experiment. Okay, and finally we can draw the graph between the firing angle and output voltage waveform. So firing angle and output voltage waveform as well as speed. Clear? So these are the readings which we are going to take. Serial number, supply voltage, firing angle. So supply voltage, I will give the reading. Firing angle, output voltage measured, output voltage calculated. So how we can calculate this output voltage by using the formula 3 into root 3 Vm by 2 pi into cos alpha. Clear? So output current, and these are the output voltage and output current. We are taking the readings from the voltmeter and ammeter, which we have provided on the kit. So and we are taking the speed of the motor. Okay, by using the tachometer. So this is the theoretical explanation of the three-phase fully controlled converter kit. Okay, fed with DC shunt motor. So just wait, we will start the kit. Screen is visible. Yes, screen is visible, all of you. Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Paper pen. Papers. Okay. This is the three-phase off control and fully control converter. Okay, we can use this kit in both circuits, three-phase off and fully control converter. Is it clear? So they have provided one switch here. If this switch is moving upside, so the three-phase off control converter is connected. If this switch is moving downward, three-phase fully control converter is connected. Is it clear? So this is the main switch which circuit we are going to use. If you want to use the three-phase off control converter, you can move this button upside. If you want to connect the three-phase fully controlled converter, so you can move this button the downside. Is it clear? So today we are going to see the three-phase fully controlled converter kit. Okay. Here you can see the this is the internal circuit diagram of the three-phase fully controlled converter. So here you can see the three transformer we are using. Okay, these three transformers are connected in each phase. Okay, these three transformers are connected in each phase. Okay, and also we are using the one more transformer for step downing the voltage for giving the low voltage for the microprocessor microcontroller kits. Is it clear? And here you can see these are the thyristors. Okay, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clear? These are the thyristors, but they have not mentioned the numbers. So these are the six thyristors. By using these six thyristors, we can design the three-phase fully controlled converter. Is it clear? These are the capacitance and inductance circuit to make the constant supply. These are the microprocessor microcontroller based circuit here for controlling the voltage. So see here. Just you can see here they have provided the four terminals. Okay, A1, A2, and F1 and F2. Is it clear? These terminals we can use for connecting the motor terminals, armature terminals A1, A2, okay, or A, and field terminals F1, F2, or F or F. Is it clear? So, but here before going to connect the motor, so I would like to see the waveforms on the DSO by connecting the load bank. Okay, before connecting the motor load, so just I have connected the one load bank. Just I have connected one load bank. Clear? So clear. Here we have taken the two bulbs. This load we have connected. So for this load, we will check the waveforms. Okay, just wait. So this is the 3-phase supply. We require 3-phase supply for giving the supply to the 3-phase converter kit. It is clear. So first switch on the main supply. Clear. So here we have taken the one more MCB. And this supply, this we have given the kit. Okay, so here we have provided the one more MCB for protection purpose. Okay, so switch on this MCB. So now you can see the kit is getting the 3-phase supply. Means input 3-phase supply is given to this kit. Is it clear? So now you can see. Okay. What is the firing angle? Just on the firing angle. Okay, just on the firing angle by pressing this switch. Clear? This one, on and off. So what will be the firing angle now? What is the firing angle? Can anyone give the reply?
180.
180 degrees. Means we are given the maximum firing angle. Okay, maximum firing angle means the output voltage is almost of 0. Okay, the output voltage is almost of 0. So you can see here, this is the load bank we are connected. This is the bulb. Though the both bulbs are turned on, but due to the low voltage, okay, due to low voltage, the bulbs are not glowing. Is it clear? So now what we will do, just decrease the firing angle. Decrease the firing angle. Display show. Decrease the firing angle. दिख रहा है क्या? मूव नहीं होना चाहिए, वो डिस्प्ले फिक्स रखा है. Now you can see we are going to decrease the firing angle. Clear? So at the same time, you can observe here. You can observe here. I am going to decrease the firing angle. So whenever the firing angle is going to decrease, the output voltage is going to increase. Okay. Okay. Whenever the sufficient voltage is getting the circuit, the load bank, the lights will be glow. Clear? So also you can observe the voltage. Clear? How much voltage we are it is showing on the voltmeter? How much voltage? How much voltage, please? How much voltage it is displaying on the voltmeter? It is visible? Anyone? Anyone? I'm audible, all of you?
Yes, sir.
How much voltage? Please tell me the reading. Approximate 145 volts. Is it right? 145 to 1. Okay. Now what will be the current now? What will be the current? Output current? 0 to 5 amperes. 1 ampere, 2 ampere, 3, 4, 5 amperes. Means 0.7 amperes. It is clear. So now we can see here. Now I will turn off the one load, one bulb. Means we have decreased the load. So what will be the current now? You can see. Current decrease हुआ का increase हुआ है?
Decrease.
Decrease हुआ. So obviously ना, if load is decrease, the output current is also going to decrease. Is it clear? So now this also we can see the wave. we are using the one DSO. Okay. This we have taken the one probe. This DSO is connected to the kit or the output terminals. Okay. This is the positive. This is the negative ground terminal. Okay. Across these two terminals, we can connect the DSO. Across these two terminals, we can connect the DSO. So you can see the waveforms on the DSO. Okay, this is the channel 1 and this is the channel 2, but only we are going to observe the output voltage movement, so that's why we are using the only one channel. So this is the, by adjusting the voltage levels in the channel 1, here this magnitude we can increase or decrease, at which value we can say. Okay, this is the time value. Clear? So decrease the firing angle. Firing angle. So here we are going to decrease the firing angle. So you can observe the output voltage is also increase. Okay, whenever the firing angle is going to decrease, the output voltage is going to increase, and at one particular voltage level, it will become a constant. Okay, it will become a maximum like this. Yeah. So here also you can see the light is the load bank is also getting full voltage. Clear? Is it okay? Is it okay, all of you? Here, the load bank, we are taking the resistive load. Resistive load. That's why we are not getting any distortions in the output voltage waveform. So whenever we are connecting the inductive load, okay, whenever we are connecting the inductive load, we are getting the distortions, okay, due to the presence of inductance in the load circuit. So now we will see. Just wait. So now we are going to increase the firing angle now. We are going to increase the firing angle. So you can observe the output voltage is going to be decreased again. The firing angle is increasing. See. Okay, and the output voltage is going to be decreased. So like the same here also you can see the load bank, resistive load. Okay, it is not getting the whenever the voltage is going to decrease, it is the lights are going to be off. Clear? So this is the resistive load. Now we are going to see the, just wait. So now I'm going to remove the load, resistive load. So now we are going to connect the motor load, that is the inductive load. Clear? See here. Okay, these are the DC shunt motor. Okay, DC shunt motor. So from here we are getting the 4 terminals. Okay, 4 terminals, armature terminals A1, A2, and field terminals F1 and F2. Clear? इसको पिन से क्या दे? हाँ. Clear? So here we have connected the armature terminals A1, A2, and F1, F2. Means now the motor load is connected to the three-phase fully controlled converter kit. Three-phase fully controlled converter kit. Clear? So now again we have to start the switch on the main supply. Clear? Also switch on the supply on the kit. Clear? What will be the firing angle? It is in off position. Now we can on the firing angle. So what is the firing angle now? What is the firing angle? It is in maximum position, means it is in 180 degrees. Is it right? Is it right? Anyone?
Yes.
Okay, so what will be the output voltage? You can see on the voltmeter. It is at 0 because firing angle is maximum, means the output voltage almost all 0. So that's why if the output voltage is 0, that's why the motor is not rotating. Yeah. So now the motor speed is 0. Is it clear? So now I am going to decrease the firing angle. So already we have theoretically what we can say, when the firing angle is decreased, okay, the output voltage is increased. When the output voltage is increased, the speed of the DC motor is also increased. Is it right? This is the theoretical calculation, but practically we have to prove. So see here, you can see here, I'm going to decrease the firing angle. Clear? Okay, whenever the firing angle is going to be decreased, so the firing angle is going to decrease, the output voltage is going to be increased. Clear? So at the same time, you can see the motor speed. So now you can take the reading. Here you can see the reading of the firing angle. You can take the reading of the firing angle. What will be the firing angle? What is the value of the firing angle? What is the value of firing angle, please?
103.
103 degrees. Take down the firing angle 103. Okay. So measured value output voltage is 98 volts. Measured output voltage is 98 volts. 98. Clear? So at this firing angle, what will be the speed of the motor? What is the speed of the motor? What is the speed of the motor? It is on the display. Please tell me the reading. Anyone? Please give the reading.
61892.
Okay, 619 RPM. 619 RPM. Okay, so now you can see the readings are for firing angle is equal to 103 degrees. Sorry, 103 degrees. Output voltage is 98 volts, and the current is 0.3 amperes, and the speed is 619 RPM. It is clear. So now, second step, we are going to decrease the firing angle again. Clear? You can see the output voltage waveform. The output voltage on the voltmeter. Okay. So what is the firing angle now? What is the firing angle?
74.
74. Firing angle is 74. What will be the output voltage? That is the measured value. 150, 200, 175 means near about 170 volt. Is it right? Output voltage is measured value is 170 volts. And what about the current? 0.4 amperes. Okay, 0.3 amperes. Current is 0.3 amperes. And what about the speed? Now the speed 1200 RPM, 1199 RPM. Okay. Okay, at the same time, the speed is 1199 RPM. You can see you can observe the waveform because inductive load, because of inductive load, so we are not getting the pure waveform. This clear? So we are getting the distortions. Okay, we are getting the distortions here. So now one more reading we can take here. Again, we are going to decrease the firing angle. Okay, 52 degrees. Check the output voltage. Again, the output voltage is increased. Again, the output voltage is increased. Clear? Also, you can see the output current. Output current is very small changes because we are not applying any load. We are not increasing the any load. Is it clear? Just see. What is the speed? What is speed? Anyone please? What is the speed? Yes, speed is 1565 RPM. Yeah. You can see the waveforms. Okay, on the DSO. Is it clear? So now we have taken the readings. So where is the readings? Readings. So here you can see the readings. Can you give the conclusion from these readings? Anyone? Can you give the conclusion from these readings?
Firing angle decreases, output voltage increases, and speed also increases.
Yes. Okay. Means what we said theoretically, there is a relation between the firing angle and output voltage is inversely proportional. Whenever the firing angle is going to decrease, the output voltage is going to increase. Okay. Whenever this output voltage of the three-phase fully controlled converter is increased, the speed of the DC motor is also increased because the speed is directly proportional to the voltage. Okay. The speed is directly proportional to the voltage. Is it clear? So this is the conclusion of this practical. Clear? Is it okay, all of you? Also, we have seen the waveforms for the resistive load. Okay, that is the load bank as well as inductive load, that is the motor load. Clear? End करता हूँ. This is the today experiment. Hello. Hello. I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can we close the meeting? I think all of you understand.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like this way you have to perform the practical. So this is the third experiment. So now I like to close the, just wait. So you can draw the graph between the firing angle and output voltage. And also you can draw the graph between the firing angle and speed. Okay. Also you can draw the graph between the speed and output voltage. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just wait.